Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching this from. This is Reuben. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing well. It's a cold morning in Nairobi. We are broadcasting live from our headquarters in Lemak. Come to our offices, visit us, and see what we have. Today we'd like to talk about investments. 5 investments you can make for as low or with as low as 10,000 shillings. I know some of you may be expecting magic from this conversation, new tips that you may not know about. Definitely they are not new. I'll be reminding you of investment that most of you are already doing, most of you might be knowing of, but I believe with this conversation it can be able to help you cement or maybe get more grounding or confidence to finally start those investments. Most people think you need millions of money to be able to do some of these investments, but there are many inspiring stories of people who have started from rock bottom, down there from zero, and they have gone up. They started from nothing with a few shillings of capital, and they were able to do so much. This channel is about transformation. We bring you stories of growth based sometimes on my experience in business, in life, in entrepreneurship. We also cover millions of young people who watch this, and they are trying to uplift their lives. We also say we want to walk with you in the journey of life, especially for young people. Most likely about life, about investment, and such kind of stuff. Which are these investments? What is an investment? This kind of investment is an asset acquired for the purposes of growth, for the purposes of increasing in value, and also for the purposes of getting an income. Have you heard about passive income, where you make money when you are sleeping? Warren Buffett said, if you don't learn how to make money while you are sleeping, you work till you die. Very harsh. You have to learn how to make investments. Investments help you grow. One day you'll be weak, you'll be sick, you'll be weary, you'll be old. That time you'll not be able to make money. And this is why we have such conversation. I would like you to just think about the beginning of 2021 in January. In January of this year, if you had made a decision to invest 10,000 shillings in a money market fund, they are giving at a rate of like 8%, some of them are 10%. How much money would you have made? And remember, this is compounded. Very small investment. How much money would you be making this December? 8% per annum. Number 2, imagine you invested in a small business. There are many ideas in the market today. Remember, our country is growing. There are so many needs that you can be able to tap into. Imagine you invested 10,000, making a profit of 500 shillings per day. Those small businesses, mama burgers and stuff like that. There are those who operate them as side hustles, but looking for jobs. These are some of the things you can do. Guys out there, make money when you don't know they are making it. Sometimes it looks dirty, but at the end of the day, we meet somewhere, we take coffee, we take tea, we chat, we meet on Saturdays for those who are doing weddings and stuff like that. Somebody is quietly making some money, which is off. Number 3, imagine you invested 10,000 in a circle. We have so many circles, and we'll cover at some point how to join a good circle. Some of them are paying good dividends at 12%. Imagine you joined a circle this year. In January, you have been saving, and you also bought shares there. How much money would you have saved? How much money would you have made as dividend? Number 4, imagine you bought shares worth 10,000 in January. You have to buy the right counters. I may not be the very best person to advise you which share to buy, but there are good people out there online in the internet which you can be able to talk to. That's why I'm saying imagine you invested 10,000 in the right counter, having consulted the expert in this area. They are there, they are charging very little amount of money to share this information. Some of these share increase in value times 1.5 and many others. Also, number 5, imagine you came to Username Investment Limited or invested in property as a group, because with 10,000, it might be a bit lower when you're starting the property journey. But people come together. People borrow money from SACCOs. You started with 10,000. In June of this year, you had accumulated maybe like 60,000, assuming you are doing 10,000 per month. Do you know you can be able to borrow 3 to 10 times depending on the SACCO? That could have helped you acquire a property with investment limited. Hii maisha ni kujipanga. That's what they are saying these days. And there are those who are saying hatupangwi. Don't allow life to plan for you. Usikubali maisha ikupange. There are things you can do. You need to work smart. You need to have knowledge, information. And that's why some of you are tuned in into this channel, and welcome. Please comment down there and tell us what you are doing this year. Also, looking back, is there something you have done this year which you are very proud of? Just one, not 10. You don't need to be a perfectionist. You can comment down there and let other people know some of the magics of investment you learned this year. So before I go far, let me tell you this growth, these investments that you can start with 10,000 shillings. I'll start with the first one. They are called growth investments. Basically, looks like a big word. We are talking about money or investment generated from a business venture. In the previous videos, I've covered how you can start a business with 0 shillings. How you can, for some people, it's a side hustle, depending on your passion, and also the problems in the society, things that you can chip in and make money as you solve the problem. I have also covered another video, and you can go watch it in YouTube, in our Facebook page, how you can start a business with as low as 10,000. I've covered small businesses like how you can become an real estate agent with using investment. You don't need 10,000, you actually need 0. How they are trained, people who have done CPAs in this country. Like I said, Kenya is known for human resource expertise across the continent. We are very good. We can actually export human resource. The way we are doing with nurses the other day, we are very, very good. We have engineers. I am an engineer myself, and colleagues who used to work in DRC, in Tanzania, in South Africa, all over Africa, because we are very good in that. Remember, you have a skill that can be utilized. For some people over the weekend, there are people who can do photography. Of course, there are so many people who are doing it. You really have to look at the market needs. What does the market need? Whether it is white, blue, color, or whatever. Whether it is dirty, look at the market need and go there. There are so many. There are people who would sell things online. I did a video about how to start a business with 0 by selling other people's things online. Be it shoes, be it clothes, be it even hardware. I saw yesterday a story of someone who wants to sell chapatis online. That's how we are going. Are there things you can sell online belonging to other people, so you don't need stock? You just need to convince them. That one you can be able to do. I also talked about people who can make soaps. I've seen some people do that. You just go online and learn these things, and that's how you can start another Bidco company. Of course, you have to obey the government regulations. There are those who can do vegetables. These are groceries. I've seen a serious company doing that online, and they are making good money. Online is the way to go, but you can still sell it within your vicinity. There are people who deliver for people who work, who are not able to go shopping themselves. That's a need in the market. There are people who can be able to sell food, either online or wherever they are. There's these guys who used to deliver fruits every day to where I used to work before. And people have learned, they even pick from their stores every day. Apples, bananas, mangoes, such stuff, and they deliver it so well, depending on your expertise, your interest, but most importantly, depending on the need in the market. There are so many things, including ICT, selling domain, for example. There are so many things. These are trading activities. These are business ventures, and that's the ones I'm calling growth investment. With as low as 10,000, and for some with nothing, you can be able to start it. I'm trying to address those so many people Maybe you lost a job because of COVID. We are happy the economy is opening back. And now you can be able to get your ball back. But there are those who will not be able to. There are things you can do with as low as 10,000. For millions or thousands of young people out there, of course you're in a political season, you find big rallies, tells you in a Wednesday, on a Thursday, that tells you the difficulty, the calamity, the challenge we have of joblessness. There are those people, with 10,000, you can be able to do something yourself. But I would also like to say this, we need to change our mindset as young people. You don't need handouts from politicians, from parents, from wherever source. You just need a small amount, and you need to remove that aspect. There are people who are entitled. No one is there to save you. You have to use the skills you have to save yourself. Of course, you need mentorship, you need help, you need moral support. We understand that. But unless you take responsibility for your life, nothing is ever going to change. I have to say that, because all these ideas we are sharing, they depend on your commitment, they depend on your hard work, the willingness to make it happen. Very, very important. I have to say that as I continue. So the first one is growth investment. These are trading activities, growing your wealth through a business venture, however small it might be, 0 or 10,000 shillings. Number 2 is property. Yesterday, our story was shared on NTV, how we started Username Investment Limited. We were privileged to have been employed, and we took unsecured loans to be able to do this. Then I asked myself, how would I have done it if that was not an option? Of course, we had done savings. There is always a way if you are committed. If you take responsibility for your life, there is always a way you can do it. You'd have found other ways of raising such money, or models that could have support. Sometimes you don't need money, you just need ideas on how to convince people that something would work. The same way people present their ideas in Lion's Den, Dragon's Den, those things people watch. You present your idea, somebody gives you a lot of money because your idea will make them money and it can work. So this is very important to mention. So if I talk about property, somebody will ask, with 10,000, can Username accept my 10,000? The first thing. But there is always ideas on how to make things happen. How do you invest with 10,000 shillings? If you look at some of our properties, we give 10%. Like we have a property in Magadi Road going for 199,000. That's an offer that we are giving. You need 20,000. So basically what I'm saying, you 10,000, you are halfway there. What do you do? Which ideas can we apply? Some of you are already thinking. Chamas, you come together with a friend and you can be able to start the journey. That is one way. 2 friends. If it's a property worth 300,000, you need a booking of 30,000. 3 friends. But it doesn't end there because you have to pay the 90% that's remaining. That's why we started by saying you can join a circle. What if you joined a circle in January? By June, you'll be having 60,000 saved. Imagine you booked the property, then you joined a circle, you saved a bit. By June of this year, you start buying the property. Now you have money. Those are the ideas I'm talking about. This kind of money, it can't just be applied straightforward. That is not my point. I would like people to think. People have more ideas than I am giving today. If I say you can invest a project as low as 10,000, it is possible. Come together, join a circle. There are those who are employed. You can do as if you are able to start Username with one of the financing sources being unsecured loan. You can also be able to do the same by starting another small business. Meeting a need the market on maybe is your passion. And that's how you can be able to create wealth. So for property, you either come together as a chama, go to a bank, borrow a loan. You're starting with 10,000. Come to Username Investment, maybe you can negotiate to be given a week. But you can also to be given a week to partner with us, but you can also come together. I'm trying to give, and they are to give you ideas. There are even more ideas I've not shared on how you can start that. I also talked about being an agency. We have companies that are agencies with Username Investment, individuals, so many of them, and they are doing wonders. You can come sign that one, you don't need 10,000. you need 0 shillings, and some people are doing it, but the thing is not signing. The thing is looking for business, looking for customers out there. Imagine we are giving you 2 to 5%, say 5%. If you sell 1,000,000 shillings, you have your 50,000, just like that, even if you sell it overnight. And we also do all the background, the legal work. We have a baton or a panel of lawyers who are going to work on this. So we don't tell you to go looking for lawyers. We take the customer for site visit. These are some of the ideas I'm trying to say. So you can start investing in property. If you are committed, the 10,000 will become too small as you go by, because you have generated so much investment, so much income, and you'll be having millions of shillings as we go by. These are ideas I'm trying to share, that we open up our mind to think about other things that we can be able to do. Let's go to number 3. These are treasury bonds and bills. I can also combine these with money market funds. I hope that is visible. My handwriting, I hope it doesn't look like a doctor's handwriting. I hope that is visible. Basically, these are investment in government papers. These are investment in government. Of course, controlled by Central Bank of Kenya. That's why you need to have a CDS account. I have done it before and I made some money. I realized the rate was so high. That time it was 22%. I took my 100,000 and I was able to get a very serious return after 3 months. They mature after 91 days. That is like 3 months, another one after 6 months, another one after 1 year. You can be able to check that for yourself. So with 10,000, you can be able to do it, but not as directly I'm saying it. Because the minimum investment in a treasury bond, this is 50,000. So with 10,000, you still have 40,000. Like I said, there are so many strength factors you can be able to utilize. These are called synergies when you come together. Like I said, when you're investing in property, you can have a chama where you come together. You can convince 5 people, and there are so many chamas that are dormant today. Do you know you can take that money to treasury bonds and bills? I've combined with money market because the return is almost the same. What you need to do is to look for something that can give you a good return. And that's where we come in. If you come together with everyone with 10,000, 5 people, you can be able to start with 50,000 instead of that money lying somewhere idle. But of course, if you compare with property, if you buy plots, they have a much better return than the money market. This is more stable. This might not be as stable, but it's slightly high risk, slightly high reward. Because for properties, especially plots, you can get a minimum of 25% per annum, which actually is on the lower side. We have properties we have sold in Nakuru for 400 in 2 years. They have gone to 600,000. That's like almost, that's like what percent? 600 over 400. That's almost 100%. It's not a joke. Right now they are almost at 800,000. That's what we are talking about. Even 25% is. So you have to compare and see which one gives you the biggest value. We are just giving you options, and there might be more. So we have treasury bill and money market. Some of them will give you at almost 9-10%. You can check those charts. You know that page in the newspaper at the back with so many numbers and figures? Most people go, when you are reading newspaper, you go passing it. Please go and check that page. You'll be able to see some of these states. And most people don't check, and you can make your wealth that way. So you check the one that can give you the best rate. The trick here with 10,000 is to come together. The other trick is for somebody who looked for another mechanism. Like if you join a circle, they'll tell you to save. I'm going back to circles because they have helped millions of Kenyans be able to do business. They have helped millions of Kenyans be able to own land, own homes over time. Even our parents, some of them were in cooperative societies and circles. Even those who are selling milk, It is the strength that they come in. So I'm giving you ideas, but you need to come together first. Because someone may say, that one is too small. I'm aware about that. But there are other ideas, and I'm challenging you today to be able to generate those ideas and be able to implement these things. When you hear about bonds, treasury bills, they look like big things for government, for very rich people, for billionaires, for millionaires, for politicians. No. They are for everyone. Recently, I think they established a USSD where you could have subscribed to some of these bonds, and I think it was oversubscribed. I hope it is continuing, because even for a common person, they can be able to lend money to government, because they are intended to lend money to government. You can be able to come together, then you learn how it works. The return might not be humongous to make you a millionaire or a billionaire. We want you to start something. You learn how it works. Over time, you'll be able to generate enough money. One day, you'll be able to take millions to these bonds, and you make a very handsome return. Because the more the money, whether especially in the forex market, in these bonds and bills, the more the money, the better. That's why you find banks are able to do it way better than you, because they have the economies of scale. They have billions. Imagine you put $1 billion and 10%, that's 100 million per year. Divide by 12. We are talking about almost 10 million per month, and they are able to negotiate. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and we are starting with a single step today. We go to number 4. Number 4 is the stock market. This one is a bit tricky for most of you, including myself. I started by asking, what if you invested 10,000 shillings in January of this year? The right counter, there are those people who teach you how much money. Some of them can't double. You remember at some point, the Safaricom stock was going for 2 shillings, I think, and 50 cents. At some point, and people are discouraged. Right now, I have not checked, but I know at some point it was at 43 shillings. Imagine that kind of appreciation. For stocks, is usually long term. This is how the game of investment works. Not just for stock, even for property. People buying land, they want to sell in 2 years. No, I tell them, this is long term. For you to make enough money, wait for more than 5 years. If possible, more than 10 years. You'll make humongous capital gains, humongous gains in investment. That's how people become millionaires and billionaires. That's how our stocks works. You need to be long term, because you should have waited for all those years for it to go to 43 shillings. Imagine somebody bought 1 million shares. How much are they worth today? Those are millions and millions of gains able to make. Imagine somebody made that. So what I'm saying today, we are starting from somewhere. So you need to, for stocks, one key and very important part I have to mention today, you have to be willing to understand how it works. One, and this is from Warren Buffett. If you don't understand it, don't invest in it. Don't invest in investments that you don't understand. That's why people fall for pyramid schemes and other schemes where their money is stolen. Invest in what you understand. This one, you need to understand how it works. Most of us have gone to school. You don't need to be so well off, either academically, no. You just need to be somebody who understands basic. Somebody can be learn how these stocks work so that you select them. Somebody can be able to help. That's why we have agents, brokers, stock brokers and stuff like that, but you really need to understand it yourself. Eventually, we want you to be a millionaire, but you have to start with these 10,000 shillings. This is number 4, the stock, stocks and shares. And the last one, let's go to the last one. But this is the last one, and it might not be the most preferred for most people. This might carry the lowest interest. You can invest in these are called cash investments. higher. This is like fixed deposits. This is like basically putting in money, your money in fixed deposit, low interest rates. There are those that carry 7%. They will tell you don't put your money in a bank. But I also know that there are call accounts for huge amounts of money. But here we are starting with 10,000. You can look for a fixed deposit account on an account that gives you an interest. Right now, we also have, when you go to money market, you also have those, you put your money, the way people buy policies and stuff like that. The idea here, instead of putting that money into that current account, you can do a fixed deposit for as low as it is at the moment. That might be 10,000 shillings. What we are trying to say, don't let your money lose value, or don't let it get stagnant. This is the least preferred in my own option, but you can look for those fixed deposits. You'd rather look for those insurance investment rather than letting your money lie idle somewhere. One of the principles I have learned myself, every time I have an income, I must find a way of directing that income to the highest ever possible return I can be able to get. If I get 1,000,000 shillings, I ask myself, where can I be able to put it? We have other mechanisms like buying equity, for example, in companies, these are shareholding. For example, offshore investing, buying shares outside the country, and many other things. Then I ask myself, do I put them in a business? Do I put them in a property that can be able to appreciate? Do I put them in the money market funds? Do I buy shares? Every time, which one can give you the biggest return? The least one is these cash investments, is the least preferred, but they are better than putting your money in the current account. May it be fixed deposit, may it be buying those insurance policies that are sold so aggressively, where you put 10,000 every month, then some of them are for education, some of them are for investment. They are good because they are able to secure. But the objective of the insurance is to manage risk. It's not for investment. But for me, it's way better than someone who is putting their money into a current account. Please understand me. Most people expect to have millions, billions of money, or thousands and thousands of money for them to be able to start investing. That's not how investment works. Actually, most people who succeed so well are those who learned how to work with the little that they have. How to work with the 5K, 1,000 you get every day. Those are the people, because eventually it's about the training that you get in your mind, in your system, the experiences that you get. Because when you get 1,000,000,000 shillings, you'll have so many experiences, and you can know how to multiply 1,000,000,000 to 5,000,000,000. You know that if you can't be able to handle 10,000. In the Bible is able to tell us, if you can't be faithful with the little, you'll not be faithful with the much. That's the gospel I'm spreading today. So don't wait until you get 1,000,000, 100,000. You can start with 10,000. If you need to pull, please do so. If you need to join a circuit, please do so. If you can take an unsecured train to boost, please do so. The objective here, the concept you are selling, is how to work with the little that you have in terms of shillings. If you can work with zero, it is even better, because you learn how to work with nothing to generate something. Wealth, and actually this is the new definition I'm going to give you today as I complete. Wealth is the capability to make wealth. Can you be able to generate wealth from nothing? You are wealthy already. It doesn't matter if your money goes down the drain, if it's stolen, but you're able to generate wealth any day, anywhere, in any environment, in any town in Kenya, in any situation or setup, whether you're employed or not. You are a wealthy individual. So be encouraged and start with how much you have. Keep growing it. You're able to put 10,000 somewhere. You know these like 5 schemes that I've been able to share with you. And there are many others, my friend. Know that you have moved from step 1 to step 2, and you learned how to move the next 20,000 to 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 500,000, 1,000,000 to 5 million. Before you know it, people are wondering how you got into overnight success, but you didn't. You learned how it worked from the little you have or from nothing. This is my sharing today, and I hope you can be able to tell us something you celebrate this year, a hack you did this year for others people to be able to learn. And I hope you'll be able to subscribe to my channel. My name is Reuben. Follow me in Instagram, in LinkedIn, in YouTube at Reuben Kimani KE, everywhere, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You'll be able to learn so much from my experiences, share what you have as well, and I believe I'll be able to see you in the next video. Welcome and God bless you. Enjoy your weekend.